How's it going? How's it been? Oh my goodness, it has been a while. I have my Dr. Pepper here along with my liquid IV because I have a migraine, yes, and my water, which I've drank almost 40 ounces of. So it's been kind of a day, and it has been kind of, I don't know, a while. And there's just so many feelings going on in my head. I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm wearing I got this shirt like for like the 15th anniversary of Buffy or the 20th anniversary. I don't know. There's been a lot of anniversaries, and they ended up sending us all out two of this sweater because something went wrong with it. So, hey, I reap the benefits of having two Slay All Day shirts. So when I am really feeling the stress of life, I get this on. The only problem is we're getting into summer, so then I like die of heat stroke, you know, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been, I don't even know. I'm not even gonna format this one today. I just want to talk about like, make this more like of a vlog kind of thing. I don't really know what's going on. Definitely talk about my reading slump. So I have only, but it's late in May, and I have only read 2 books because I cannot, for the life of me, get into any book. I finished A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. Loved it. I don't even know how to describe it. I think it's humorous horror, and I think it's really fun, and it's just different, but also the way that T. Kingfisher writes humor and descriptions and things that are kind of creepy. It's kind of like if like you have the fear of bugs, which I do, they kind of gross me out. Like I was feeling it. Like I was literally, there were parts where I was like, ee, but that's like, it's not, you know, like a haunted house story. It's like A House with Good Bones, but it is a haunted house story, but it's far more light. And like, is there a genre called horror light? I don't know. I'm not sure, but Grady Hendrix also does that kind of, when you're wanting something a little bit more, like it's got the darkness of horror, but so does funny. Well, I don't know. That's what I'm looking for, and I cannot find it. And I finished also The Cherry Robbers by Saray Walker, and that one was heavy and dark and deep and just so good. But now I'm like, oh, I don't even know. What am I gonna do? I just don't even know. So I have tried to read Howl's Moving Castle, which has been on my list forever, and I'm really bummed. I'm 60% into it, and I am bored. Just bored. Bored. I listened to like an audio called The Originals by Brandon Sanderson and some other person. I finished that one, but that one was just an audio. It was like 2 hours. I think it was like 3.5 hours, but on my one and a half speed. Yeah, so it was like, okay. I think I gave it like 2 stars, 3 stars, but I just don't know what I want to read. And I have all these books. What else have I started to try? I'm looking through my Kindle right now. This is my lovely Kindle. That I'm like, okay, I'm in the mood for this. So what should I read? Yeah, it's so hard because I don't even know what I want to read. So I just keep picking up books that have been on my TBR, and I don't know, like they're just not fitting. And so I am trying to read one by Claire Legrand, who also wrote Sawkill Girls that I really enjoyed last year. And I don't know. I tried to read Did You Hear About Kitty Carr? I'm 16% into it, but it is heavy, and I just don't know if it's something that I want. What do I want? How do I just describe this? I don't know. I want light, but also dark. Help me out. Help me out. I've got 2 books, and I'm almost wondering if I should just read them, but I've got 2 books that I am saving. We're going on a trip here in the next couple weeks. Okay, this is a complete different rant because I had such a hard time in the stores, and I have never been this way because yeah, this was hard. Okay, so I'm not gonna cry, not gonna cry. I'm just angry, and I feel like, and I know a lot of people are, but we need to do better as a society. I had extremely hard last year. 2022 was extremely hard health-wise. It really did make me think of like what really mattered, and I made a lot of decisions. However, I had to be on steroids for 6 months because I had some sort of, they think it was long COVID, but it could be whatever. We don't know because the symptoms eventually just went away. But I was on steroids for 6 months and I gained 50 pounds. And since gaining those 50 pounds, when I had already gained like 40 pounds from depression, I'm up to like 90 pounds. It's very, very disheartening, but I just want clothes to fit. Like, I went to 5 stores and I was getting the size that I'm supposed to be, and nothing fit right. It was like, it's just, oh, it's so frustrating. It's like not cut right. It's like all my weight is in my middle, like my hips and my booty, and like, so like things just never fit right very well. And like, I made my own clothes for a while, but I have such stress when it comes to sewing now because of all of my stuff that I spent so long trying to find clothing, and it just, I like went to one store, and I finally went to Torrid, of all places. Shout out to Torrid. I don't know if they ever watch videos, but Torrid was my lifesaver. I went in, I tried stuff on. They only had one pair of shorts in their store, so they should do better with that. But they only had one pair of shorts in the store that actually fit me. I tried on 15 pairs there. Also tried on 15 pairs at Old Navy, and one pair fit, but they were like underwear. I don't like the chafing. If you know, you know. And I was like so disheartened that I finally found the one pair that fit, and I just walked out. I'm bawling to my husband, and he's like, well, get them, because they were really expensive, like $60 for a pair of jean shorts. I don't spend $60 on clothes, especially when I can make them, especially when it comes to like fast fashion and things, and all the things that I know I like to not, but I can't make my own jeans. Not that I can't, it's that it's just so much work, and I don't have all the proper tools to do it, and I can't even get down in my sewing room right now mentally. So in order to be able to sew, I need to get down into my sewing room. So it's like, okay, so Torrid online had a sale. So I got the shorts on sale, and I ordered a bunch of stuff just to try it. And some of the stuff didn't work, which is fine because that's always what happens. But I found jean shorts that fit, and I put them on today. I'm not gonna cry. No, don't cry, please don't cry. I put them on today, and they fit. And I walked to my husband, he works from home, and I walked to him and I showed him, and it's like, that looks really nice. And I felt so good, and I'm like, okay, I found clothes. I can go to Cancun. Like, I felt good because I was comfortable. Like, it's not even about like wanting to look good. I don't really care what I look like. It's about being comfortable, and nothing was comfortable. Okay, so it's stressful, and I know it is, and I know it is for a lot of people, but it brings up a lot of trauma from my childhood, like going and trying on clothes in stores that didn't fit when you wanted to fit in, and clothing is a big part of that, at least it was here, and I couldn't fit into the like brands that people loved, even when I was like, I mean like a preteen. I've always had a woman's figure. I have thighs and hips, and that's just part of how my body's made, and it just sucks. It sucks because it brings that back, because like, you know, bullying exists, and so it's like the stuff that hits you so hard, and you like I don't care. I don't think about how I look, like, ever. Like, I mean, I'm on camera right now looking like this to you. I don't care how I look, but it's like, it brings that stuff back and it sucks. It just sucks. So anyway, that's part of all of it. I'm having all these feelings, so I can't read. Gonna read. I want to read because I love just reading. I can't focus on my art, although I have kind of. I've been doing Mermaid, and this has been one thing, is I haven't used these colors since the beginning of the year because I've been so focused on my children's book that this page just brings me so much joy. These are my favorite colors. So like my absolute favorite colors, like neon pinks and bold purples and happiness. Like this girl, she's how I feel when I look at this page. Like look at how smiley she is. So this page is like like this page just, I keep looking at it because it's bringing me all the joy. So I've been doing Mermaid, and Mermaid is where you draw mermaids. I don't know if I've talked about it, but I completed this whole sketchbook now. This is a sketchbook I started in March, so it's not all Mermaid. I mean, where did it start? I started Mermaid about here. So, I mean, not very much of it. Like if you see, maybe like a fourth of it, if even that. It's really, yeah, not much. But it is 10 days of mermaids. And I think I counted this morning, I'm up to 70. I've sketched 70 mermaids, so I'm really proud of myself. I have some really cool spreads in here. Like this one makes me really happy. I've done a lot of really short, like I've done shorts every day showing them. So I don't know if I did a short on this one, but this one makes me happy too because I was just experimenting and having fun, sketching and chatting with my friends. So yeah, I've been focused on that, and it feels really good to finally like fully finish a sketchbook. And my friend's son, I went down to see my friend in Nebraska, and her son was sitting at the restaurant, and I was trying to keep him occupied because kids get restless at restaurants. And I had some travel paint, and I pulled it out, and she's like, "Are you sure you want him to use your good paint?" I'm like, "This isn't good stuff. This is fun stuff." But look at his art. He used the restaurant's crayons, some of my pens. He got in there with my like water brush pen. These things, I pack these things when I go, and he was just having himself a ball because the restaurant was taking a long time to bring our food, which is fine because the food was amazing. But you know, for a 2-year-old, that's not easy. Rambug's just 2-year-old. So I love that because I bring stuff like that for my kids. I always pack their sketchbooks because they have their own. So I was just like, oh, this is the back cover. And now I have his art forever. And I actually think it looks really great. So that's something. So I mean, there are good things. It's just been like kind of a rough couple months. And so, yeah, I don't know. And speaking of traveling, I am also happy about this. This thing is from Scribbles That Matter, and it is plump full. Let me open it. This is what I'm taking on my trip. I've been really trying to, oh, my black wing thing. I've been really trying to get it down to just this, because if we're carrying on stuff, you know, we're trying to keep all this. And I'm trying to think of the stuff like I want to sketch on my trip. I want to sketch all the beautiful scenery. And so I'm really, really playing with what I want there. I want to read, I want to sketch. So I've got all my like Prismacolors. I call these my cheap colored pencils. They're still really expensive, but I have them in the back here. There's also another flap. I think I've seen in videos people put their Kindle there, but I'm not gonna put my Kindle here. It won't shut if I put my Kindle there, I promise you. I've got my new sketchbook. I just started this sketchbook today. I kind of do this differently than they suggest, but that's okay because it's mine. And so this pulls out, like this whole thing pulls out so it lays flat, but this is my new sketchbook. It's a Look Term 1917. And so this is my sketchbook. You know, I still draw mermaids, drew my son too, but still draw mermaids. And this is bright white paper. I did a tester page for the first time in the back, just testing different mediums. So I really wanted to test in this sketchbook because this is the sketchbook I'm going to take with me on our trip. And so that is there. And then on the other side of it, so I have my colored pencils in the back. And then on the other side, I have my favorite pens. These are my Lamy Safari pens that I fill with waterproof ink, and some pencils, and my Blackwing colored pencils, and all of this. And then I've gotten really into Tombows, and I discovered that in this new sketchbook, because this is a new brand to me, I'm trying it out, these work really well in them where they didn't in this one. They didn't work. This is a Talons art creation. It didn't work as well in this one, but it works really well in this look term. So I'm gonna take that. Watercolor doesn't work very well, but this does fit back. This is this is the one that I brought to the restaurant. So this is just a little palette. It's the Winsor & Newton Common. I think this was like $15, maybe $20, but I love it. And I love it because I've traveled with it. It's not the best paint, but for a sketchbook, it's perfect. I wouldn't use this for like my finished watercolors. I don't use it at home. This is what I use when I'm in my sketchbook traveling. But this doesn't have the original colors that came with it. I have a big one of these that's plastic like this, that's Cotman, and I have taken these out and put different pans in, so it's all customized to what colors I like. Like there's a purple, there's an opera pink, the hot pink, so that is not going to be in your normal one. So yeah, there's that, and so that fits back there. And then I have my two sharpeners. That's what this is a pencil sharpener, but these are my Blackwing ones. This one, I have to make my husband take it off, or take off this top because it's metal on metal. I mean, just thinking about it is making my skin crawl. I don't know why I have this, but I even have tried to get over it, but like the nails on a chalkboard or like metal on metal makes my skin crawl. Like literally it will crawl for hours. So he does that for me because he's so wonderful. I have just the best partner for me. He loves me and he's good to me, and I'm really grateful for it. So yeah, so I'm practicing blah blah blah. I'm practicing for our trip, and I'm kind of, it's because I have extreme anxiety. I'm afraid that I'm gonna forget something at home. I'm afraid that like I'm gonna get down to where we are and I'm not gonna have what I want. So like even like that's why I brought this thing with me to my friend's place, and it worked really well over the weekend. So I'm like, okay. And I actually ended up only pretty much as I'm throwing it. Oh man, that's me. But I actually only ended up using what was in this for the most part. There were a couple other things that I used, but I've kind of been shifting and seeing what I like best in this. It is big. It's an A5, and they make a bigger one. But I think that I would just fill it with things that I don't need just to fill it, because that's me. And so yeah, that is that. And I've also, let's see, I have also been getting into bullet journaling, but like, so I've been bullet planning, and I have a bullet journal. I think it's back there where I just put my planner stuff, but I wanted one that was goals and just like dumping my brain down. So I have this, it says journal and goals, and I drew this with my Tombows. This is a Blackwing. This is a Blackwing bullet journal. I wouldn't get one again. I'm going to fill it because I have it. But I wouldn't get one again. I have my Cancun dump, and I kind of flipped it because I didn't want you to see completely, but I have like all my stuff, like the things that I need to pack and the things that I want to do there, and the books I want to read. I literally have a TBR. I want to read Happy Place by Emily Henry. That cover is my pink, and it is giving me all the vibes, and I have enjoyed every single Emily Henry. I will keep reading them as they come out because I enjoy them. They're like my caveat to disliking romance is Emily Henry because they're so good. And then it was is it Saturday night at the, what is it? Saturday night at the something club. I heard it was really great and it sounds like a fun Saturday night at the Lakeside Supper Club by J. Ryan Strada. I've heard that this one's just a joy to read, and so I'm like, it has a bright yellow cover, so we're gonna try that one. And then Nothing to See Here. I can't remember what that one is, but I know it's on my Kindle, so we're gonna read that one. And Death of a Fairy Tale by Emily Fluke. And that one is like a fairy tale murder mystery. And I've had it on my list for a while, but it doesn't come in any sort of audio. So I kind of keep putting it off, because what I'll do is I'll read a book, and if it has an audio, I'll kind of listen to every once in a while. So then I get it, like I'm able to do it when I'm doing stuff around the house or whatever. But that one does not have an audio. So yeah, and then I'm just kind of filling this out with my stuff. I don't want to really share a lot, but like it's pretty and colorful. I just don't want, I don't like, it's like journal stuff. So it's private. I mean, I'm sharing a little bit in this vlog, but it's not like the deep, dark secrets of life. Okay, I don't know what that voice was, but yeah, I'm trying to think. That is what I've been reading and drawing and playing. I just got a new game called Harvestella. I haven't even started it yet, but it was on sale. And mind you, I've wanted to play this game for quite a while, and so I'm really excited about it. And yeah. Oh, I thought I was gonna sneeze. But yeah, so okay, so another thing that I'm trying to do. I'm also trying not to buy new books. So I'm trying to like wait out my library holds and actually read from my library holds and actually read from the books I have on my Kindle, because I think I'm up to like 400 books on my Kindle. And I have KU. Like, what am I doing? I mean, I know that I feel like this is like a common problem for book readers, is to buy books, but I have so many books. I have so many books. So many books. And all the while I'm sitting here like holding my hand and I'm like, I want to run to Barnes & Noble. I want to get this. I want to get that. I want to get this. I want book. Anybody else have that problem? Like, do you have that problem? Because books are life. And I'm really frustrated that I can't get into any books. Can you tell? Like, who else I know this happens to everyone. It feels like it happens to everyone. I think my biggest fear is that if this happens, I'm not going to read for another 10 years. And like, it wasn't 10 years. I exaggerate. It was a lot, but it wasn't 10. I think it was 6 years. I think I maybe picked up like one book that wasn't like a personal development book. And now I hate reading anything that like is like motivational speaking, motivational, like, oh, do this and your life will be better. But yeah, it's been, I don't know. This has been, it's a weird time right now. And it's really hard for me. And it's really hard for just figuring stuff out, because it's like, why can I not pick a book? Why can't I not pick a book? I mean, like, okay, let me pull this out now. Okay, this is my planner. I'm going to go through right here with you. I'm going to go through my TBR that I had, okay? And then I'm going to go through my library loans that I legitimately have. These are just e-books and audio. So it's not even the stack that I have over there that I think I did a haul video on. Pretty sure. So I have Howl's Moving Castle. Okay, I tried it. I'm not going to read it. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. See, I was so excited about this book that I bought the UK version, and I haven't picked it up yet because I heard it's really boring. Like, I don't know. Whisper Down the Lane by Clay McLeod Chapman. It's a book club pick for Books and Lala's, what is it? Oh my gosh, I'm almost brain farted there. Literally Dead book club. It's the book club pick, so I will be reading it. I just don't know if I'm in the mood for it. Maybe I should pick it up and just try. The Hidden by Melanie Golding. I know that's more kind of a mermaid, and I was going to do a like mermaid vlog where I did mermaid books. Does that sound good? Is anybody interested in that? I might still do that. Maybe that would give me something if I'm like vlogging and doing that. The Hidden by Melanie Golding. Did you hear about Kitty Carr by Crystal Smith Paul? I'm 16% into that. A Crown of Glass and Ivy by Claire Legrand, and I think I read a chapter. Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. I've heard so many good things about this book. I have the copy sitting over there. Maybe I should read that this afternoon. I don't know. I don't know why I'm not, but it's like, oh, am I in the mood for it? I don't know what I'm in the mood for. Just read. Okay. Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez. This one scares me because it's long. And so I want something like novella. But what novella? Because I tried to read a novella last month and I about threw it across the room after like 3 pages because she used a very derogatory term for people, and I was really angry because it wasn't necessary. Death of a Fairy Tale by Emily Fluke. I mentioned that. That one's on my TBR for the trip, but maybe I should just pick it up. Like I keep thinking that might be a good one. I finished The Cherry Robbers by Sarah Walker. The Swell by Allie Reynolds. I have the Swell in both hard copy over there from the library and in audiobook from the library. I should read The Swell. I really enjoyed Shiver. I just don't know if I'm like in the mood to read a book about somebody who could possibly die in an ocean when I'm heading to the ocean. Or maybe I should read it while I'm there. I want to reread Jane Austen. So I was going to start with Emma because it's fun and light and silly. But again, that takes brain power. I don't know. And then I was thinking about the Hacienda, The Last Dragon King. I don't know the authors on these. I don't know the authors on these ones because I just wrote the names. House of Cotton and The Book Eaters are books I still have. So that's just my May TBR of like books I own or books I had checked out that I knew I wanted to get to. The Cherry Robbers was a library loan that was coming up due, so I did finish that one. But that's what, 15 books. None of them sound great. Okay, so move on. Ebooks. The Wilder Women. I don't even remember what this one's about. I think I'm going to return it because I don't even know why I picked it up. But it's called The Wilder Women. The Book Eaters, which is in my extras. I've wanted to read this one since forever. Why am I not reading it? Why am I not interested? Happy Place. I just got that one. So that one I am going to be reading. Like, do I read it now? Will that make me happy? I don't know. All These Bodies by Kendara Blake, and The Ghost Bride. Cannot pronounce this person's last name, not gonna try. But I have those, an ebook and an audiobook. Wilder Girls. I did try Wilder Girls. I've heard so many people say I'm gonna like it. I tried Wilder Girls last night and I could not get into it. The Swell, like I said. The Last Thing He Told Me. Again, not sure I'm really interested in that one. That one just was like a show with Jennifer, what's her name? Was married to Ben Affleck. Not Jennifer, not J-Lo. What was her name? Anyway, it has her in it, and so it looks good. I forgot her name. Oh my gosh. It's because I don't care about celebrities. Unless you're Sarah Michelle Gellar, then I care about everything you're doing. The Hacienda, which I have in both. I think I have it in an ebook, and I have it in my extras. That's probably what I do. And The Book Eaters. Did I write The Book Eaters twice? Oh, I have The Book Eaters ebook and audio. Why am I not picking that one? I should do that one. A Botanist's Guide to Parties and Poisons. Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail. Pet by Akweze Emeze, and Love in Color. Why do none of these sound good to me? Like, why? Like, I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer. So anyway, I don't, and I guess it's okay to not want to read. And I know other people have slumps, and I know it has a lot to do with mental illness. It just is like, I just really want to enjoy a book. I really like when I enjoy one, and I really, really want the feelings of enjoying a book, especially when I'm feeling down, and maybe I should just sleep. I don't know. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now. And that is how life is going. And I just have been kind of all over the place, if you couldn't tell from this. Hi, Editing Mandy here. And I just wanted to come on and say, this is really hard. I have considered multiple times this week to just scrap this entire video and not post anything until I'm out of my low. However, that is something that is not true to who I am and true to my illness. A few years ago when I was diagnosed, I had been convinced multiple times that what I had was all in my head, like that it was like some demon in my head and it wasn't real, because of the people that I was around and because of the stigma that mental illness has. And it was really hard for me. And I go through lows, not all the time, but I go through lows and I go through highs, I go through normal stages. But what changed my life was being diagnosed and accepting that mental illness is a real thing and accepting that it's a normal thing for people to go through. It's a chronic thing. It's not something that's just going to go away like that. But I was able to get professional help and I was able to get on medication that works for me. And I was able to change my life in a way that had somebody else not spoken out about it, I wouldn't have. And so it's kind of one of those things where you're breaking down barriers of everything and all the stigmas. And that's part of what I said. I said, I will never hide these moments because that's what we were always taught to do. Hide these moments of hard, hide these moments like where you can't read for a week or 2 or 3. Like, I mean, it's so frustrating because one of my escapisms is to read. And one of my escapisms is to draw. And I have been so blocked in so many ways because, you know, they have the idea of the like depressed artist. And yes, while there's like truth to that for some people, for me, my best work is when I'm happy because it is. It's just how I work. And it's so one of those things that like how I read is better is to like read when I'm happy. And I do read some pretty hard things because I go through hard things. And so looking back as I'm editing this is really hard because I've been in a hard place for a while now. And it's kind of one of those things where, okay, this is life and this is how it is. And so when you see me in the ranty, complaining, almost crying, it's because it's who I am and it's what I'm going through. However, I'm getting out of it, like, which is normal because it's like my therapist said one time, she had like a little pen and she was like, here's the baseline. Like most people, they go right here and right here, whereas somebody like you will have extreme highs and extreme lows. So like somebody's low, and like why I use medication is so to balance myself out, so I'm not going as extreme. So my highs are here and my lows are here, but they're still lows. And she explained that so beautifully that I was able to be like, oh, okay, so the lows are still here, so where I'm not sleeping weeks and months away and shutting down completely, I do have rough times, but they're just different. And so I think like ranting me and explosive me in different ways is just how it is. So I hope that this little message after my video reaches the people it's supposed to, and just know you're not alone if you're going through this, and know that there are other people who go through this too, and it's okay. And I really appreciate, if you've watched this, I really appreciate you so much that you got through my entire video and you're here. And yeah, so I hope you're enjoying your books. I hope you're enjoying whatever. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.